straight away.
Well, my dad had an accident about 3 to 4 years ago now.
Okay.
And basically he was working with an angle grinder,
Yeah.
constructing one of our new stores,
Yeah.
and he didn't have the safety on the blade.
Yeah.
Rookie mistake, shouldn't have done it, but
Yeah.
it happened. He's ended up tearing up like his entire forearm from
Oh,
about here to
shit.
here. His entire one from there.
Oh, wow.
It narrowly missed his head and cut like all down his leg. Like he did a good job.
Bro.
He really cut himself up
Wow,
nicely.
so from just one side and then down.
Yeah. He really fucked it up. And he's
Nice.
very lucky to be alive, thank God.
Is his movement all normal?
So through rehabilitation, he's been able to get most of his motion back.
Wow.
He still has like a lot of cramps and stuff, but that's just because the nerve endings are growing back.
That's insane.
Anyways, the point of bringing you that story is
Yeah.
that he was immediately prescribed OxyContin
Yeah,
straight away.
straight away, yeah.
And he's an immigrant. He doesn't come from the education background that my mother or I do. And he, in any other normal circumstance, he would have just taken it. And anyone that knows a little bit about OxyContin knows that it's essentially heroin.
Yeah.
It's legalized heroin.
Literally.
And
It's very addictive.
the addictiveness rate is like that
Yeah,
straight away.
stupid, yeah.
It's insane. And if it wasn't for, having that information available to him, he would have just gotten hooked on OxyContin and, fuck knows where he'd be now.
Bro, yeah, they for most stuff when it's pain, they'll just endone or something like that.
Yeah.
It's usually just quick. It's not even a
Yeah.
morphine, that type of stuff. And a lot of those drugs are synthesized versions of plants.
Yeah.
So they'll find the plant they exist in, or they already exist, and the pharma companies synthesize them and then patent them and then sell them.
Yeah.
Which is how most drugs arrive on the scene. That's from what I've understood anyway. But like there's certain things like from turmeric, which is really good for shrinking like tumors and stuff, where from various different studies. Again, don't quote me on it. That's just speculation and for what I've read and heard and whatnot. But just as an example. So the fact that they've taken over the opioid space and literally it's the biggest industry, man.
Oh,
It's
yeah. They were
fucking
making
huge.
hundreds of millions of dollars a month.
It's probably still, bro. It's never.
I think it's become a bit heavily regulated now because they've been hit with all these really heavy lawsuits. But I know at its peak, they're making at minimum $100 million a month.
That's
They
insane.
literally had statues that would get transported from Egypt into their like castles brick by brick, and people would stack them up again. And then this is the same industry that has come to us and said, oh, we have a vaccine for you, there's no side effects, and it's 100% approved by all our scientists. Like, of course it is. You've got billions of dollars to pay off whoever you need to pay off in order to do it.
But it doesn't take long. Doesn't take much to look into that, to think like that, right? You just need to pay attention a little bit,
I think there's comfort, man. I think there's comfort in playing along with the narrative, and
Yeah.
you see the numbers slashed at you every single day, and you see, there's a lot of propaganda built into the system, and there's probably a lot of valid information as to why some form of vaccination is more effective on people than others. Like, I'm not completely
Correct.
anti-vaccine.
Yeah.
I just don't think the public has been served the full image.
Oh, yeah,
and that was